Hey guys, this is Vince from WhenInManila.com and WIMPLAYS, and we'll get straight into it. Axie Infinity, what is it? What's the hype about? Can you really earn from it? So this is everything you need to know, well, at least for starters, everything you need to know about Axie Infinity. So it's just, the game has just blown up. People finding out that you can actually earn from this game, and I'm actually having a lot of friends now asking me about it and asking me to guide them. I barely got in right before it feels like it completely exploded just recently. But yeah, the game's been around for actually for a couple of years, and developers have been working really hard to improve it, and supposedly those improvements really kicked in. As a gist, if you're completely unfamiliar with Axie Infinity, it's pretty much a game. It's a game that uses cryptocurrency to buy the in-game things you need. It actually uses Ethereum, and I'll explain all that later, especially for those people who aren't familiar with crypto. Don't worry about it. But pretty much you can earn from this game. And how is the game? How does the game play? You pretty much have three Axies, as you can see on my screen. The Axies, they're sort of like Pokemon. So you have three Pokemon, or three Axies, and you battle against other players who also have their own three, or you battle against a computer. So the computer's PvE, or which is the adventure mode right here, and also the against other players, you do the arena mode. So that's PvP, person versus person, or PvE, person versus environment or enemy, depends who you talk to. But this is, you go against the computer. Now, how do you earn from this? First of all, you don't lose any money if you lose. So that's great. Now, how do you earn? Is what happens is when you do the adventure mode, there's a limit, but you earn these things called SLP, Smooth Love Potions. Same with Arena. What are these Smooth Love Potions? And right here, these are the potions. These are the potions you use to breed your Axies so you can make new Axies, have new baby Axies. Now, why is that worth any money? Because you can't just come into the game and play the game. You actually have to buy your Axies. These three Axies you have to buy. Currently in the market, it seems that the cheapest, sometimes you get really lucky, you'll find it, but it's rare that you'll find something below $100. It's usually a mistake, or they're just desperate to sell. But usually Axies, the low Axies that are crappy, they have crappy skills, their skills don't match well, it's about $100, it seems. So 100 minimum, it'll be like 160 or something. I've seen decent Axies. You could probably play with them decently at around $300 USD. We're talking about US dollars. Good Axies, it seems, for the most part. Again, you could get lucky, find one selling for cheaper, but for the most part, good Axies seems to start at $500, at least from what I've found, and up. So $700, $800, $1,000. I've seen some for $2,000 that are usable, and then there are the collector item Axies, which we'll talk about some other time. But there's some collector Axies that are going for millions of dollars. Hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. It goes for a lot. What makes an Axie a collectible? There were some special events in the past that I unfortunately didn't make to, or their number, the Axie number, like Axie number 1, Axie number 1 million, Axie number 69. They're going for crazy prices, amongst other things. So each Axie goes for, again, 100 to 500 to thousands of dollars to buy. So breeding an Axie cost these SLPs. These SLPs. And an Axie can breed a maximum of 7 times. Don't worry about this. Breeding is a whole different topic. But just so you get a gist of it, just so you get sort of an idea, that's how you make money in the game. Is these SLPs, Smooth Love Potions, can breed new Axies. It takes a lot of them, depending on the Axie and how many times it's bred. I mean, depending on how many times an Axie is bred. An Axie can breed a maximum of 7 times, and then it's sterile. So an Axie that hasn't been bred yet is people call it a virgin. So if you have never bred an Axie before, it costs 150 SLP to breed per Axie. Meaning, you need 2 Axies to breed, Uh, it's 150 per Axie. So if both of them have never bred, it'll be 300 SLP. Now, if both of them are at their max, I don't have the numbers on me, but it's thousands of SLP. If they're already at 6 breeds and they're breeding them for the last time, it's thousands of SLP to breed them together. And you can mix and match if one is at 0 breeds and one is at 6. You can still do that. One will cost 150, the other one will cost a couple thousand or something like that. So SLP is actually being sold for breeders or for people who need to breed who don't have enough. Now you can also earn those SLPs in the adventure mode when you're going up against the computer, or in arena mode when you're going up against other people. In arena, you get when you win. In adventure mode, you get when you have energy. Now, I think that's the next thing we'll jump into is energy. This is the energy. If you play Genshin Impact, it's like resin. But if you play other games, you pretty much have a certain limit of a certain number. That way you don't burn out. A certain number of times you can play where you get rewards. You can play this game as much as you want per day. But you only get rewards for certain things when you have energy. I'm at, technically, if you're new, you only get 20 energy storage, and it refills every 5 hours. But when you have more Axies, it gives you more. Does it say here? No. No, it doesn't say there. Oh wait, there you go. I knew you could click on something, I'll tell you. So, if you have 3 to 9 Axies, you get 20 energy storage, and it refills every 6 hours, 5 every 6. If you have 10 to 19, you get 40 storage. It refills every 3 hours, and this is where I'm currently at. If you have 20 or more Axies, you get to store 60, and you get 5 every 2 hours. One game, whether you win or lose, in adventure or arena, is 1 energy. In adventure, if you don't if you don't have energy, you still get SLP, but there is a max of 100 per day. I already got to my max. But what energy does in adventure mode is it helps your Axies earn experience. This is not my adventure team. I'll explain that later. But you earn experience to level up. Don't worry about levels. It doesn't affect your PvP, your arena mode. Levels are only for adventure. That way you can do the harder... I'm stuck here. So that way you can do the harder adventures when you level up. So you only earn experience when you use energy. So if you're out of energy, you can still earn SLP, but you won't get experience. In the beginning, if you're new to Axie, I highly recommend you just farm all your energy on getting experience. Because when you're at the lower levels, you only earn about 0 to 1 to, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You earn that many SLP per win per level. But on the higher levels, like where I'm at, this is the level I farm, level 21, I earn anywhere from, I believe, from 10 to 19, I think, something like that, SLP per win. So usually I only need to farm this, I only need to play 10 times adventure mode, and I get my 100 max. As compared to when you're farming, you're getting only 1 at a time, it's going to take forever. So your first month, first few weeks playing, I would recommend using all your energy here. That way you level up and you can farm faster. But we'll talk about that next time. Anyway, so, and then in arena, whether you win or lose, you get, whether you win or you lose, it uses 1 energy, and if you win, you get SLP. Depending on your rank, these are the ranks. It's called the MMR, matchmaking rank. Oh, sorry, this is the rank. Depending on your rank, you get more SLP. At lower ranks, you get only like 1, 2 SLP per win. At higher ranks, you get 10 and up. And the reason for the ranking is that way it matches you against people within your rank. That way you're not beating up on a newbie if you're already high ranking and been playing forever. So usually when you first start the game, you'll probably be at rank 30,000 or whatever, but it moves up quick. They also have seasons where you earn rewards. I joined for the first time. I'm new to Axie. I joined for the first time last season. I'm so happy that I got within the top 100. The top 300 actually earns rewards. And these are AXS, which is in-game currency. It's also a cryptocurrency you can sell. But it's an in-game currency that you use for breeding. Other than the SLP, this is sort of your payment for them to breed. Other than using the potion, this is the payment. So I won 34. Well, don't ask why. I also don't understand. But these are mini AXS. So this is actually just 34. 34 normal AXS. I was fooled by that as well. So anyway, so back to Axies. So now those are the two things you do. And how do you fight? It's very, very simple. Each Axie, let's look at this one. Each Axie has 4 cards times 2. So you have 2 of each card. Okay? You randomly draw a certain number. You randomly draw cards from your 3 Axies. So all their cards are shuffled into a deck, pretty much. And you randomly draw cards, and you play the cards as needed. It's a whole different tutorial on how or what, but that's pretty much how it goes. Is you draw cards, you play the cards, and depending on your combos, depending on what you do, you win or lose. Each Axie has 4 stats. Your health determines how much health you have before you die. Your speed, how fast you go. Your skill supposedly adds to the damage when you use combos. And your morale is your crit chance and chance for a last stand. A last stand is when you're dealt a death blow, but you sort of survive with a last stand. Like you're dying in one turn, but you can still do a couple of actions. Each Axie has 6 parts. 4 of them, we'll talk about this at other times. Also, it's very complicated. 4 of them will reflect the cards. The other 2 will just reflect other stats. So anyway, that's what Axie Infinity is in a nutshell. In a very, very basic nutshell is you have these Pokemon. You fight them. You can earn SLP, which you can sell in the market, or that you can use to breed, and then maybe you can sell that Axie, and that's how you earn from it. Now, next thing to discuss is if you can't afford your Axies, how do you play? There's this thing called scholarships that people do, where someone else, so they call them managers, but they're pretty much like the investor. So let's say I have all these Axies. I have over 40 Axies. So let's say I let you borrow 3 of them. You can use 3 of them. Now everything you earn, all the SLP you earn, we will split it. Depends on the agreement between the scholar, that's what they call them, the scholar and the manager. You split the profits. So most of the time it's anywhere from, I've seen some at 60-40, 70-30, 65. So it depends. But I think a common one is 60-40. 60% goes to the scholar, 40% goes to the manager. And it goes up from there. There's a lot of 70-30 as well. 70% goes to the scholar, 30% goes to the manager. And with that, even after your cut, even after the manager's cut, supposedly scholars are earning around, very roughly, on average, some more, some less, around $300 a month. I think that's a conservative estimate as well that I was told. Around $300 a month in the Philippines, that's 15,000 pesos. So that's why it's sort of exploding, is because in countries like the Philippines, 15,000, that's a month's wage. So a lot of people in the provinces, they're asking for scholarships. They're saying, hey, I want to play, I want to earn. And supposedly you only need to play 2 to 4 hours a day to earn that much already. So it's actually better than some jobs out there for starters. I mean, for starting jobs, rather than working at fast food or whatnot. So that's why the game's exploding. So we've already talked so much, and we've barely started because it's a very hard game to get into. So, but I think I will cut this video for now. But I will make another video where I will talk about how to get started. Now that you know what Axie Infinity is, pretty much the basics of it. How to get started with Axie Infinity. If you're gonna buy your account, you're gonna start your account, buy your Axies, what you're gonna do. So I'll do that in my next video. So tune in for that. But please do check out our channel where we stream Axie almost every day on Facebook. It's at WIMPLAYS on Facebook. I'll also post links to our Discord server, and I'll post links to our Facebook page as well. And yeah, do join us there in case you have other questions. It's a very, very nice community. They'll help you out. But yeah, again, my name is Vince from WhenInManila.com and WIMPLAYS. Happy gaming. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.